In this problem, we have a conducting rod moving along the rails of a conductor as well. Let's assume that those wires, they have no resistance at all. The only resistance is for the rod, which is 2 ohms. And this rod is moving to the right, as we can see, in a magnetic field. Obviously, as the rod is moving, we have a change in the area. So we have a change in the flux. And then we are going to get an induced voltage or EMF, hence an induced current in the loop. Part A, what's the induced current and the direction of the current in the rod. Let's first find the magnitude, or let's find the current. Here, the induced EMF, it's called the motional EMF because it's due to the motion of the rod. So we have a formula here, which is EMF is B times the length times the speed. The magnetic field is 0.1. The length, it's 10 centimeter, which is also 0.1. And the speed, it's 5. So the answer will be 0.05 volts. That's the EMF. So the current now in the circuit using Ohm's law will be E over R, which is 0.05, over the resistance, which is 2 ohms in that case. And it's going to be 0.025 amperes. Now, how to find the direction of that current? Is that current going to go in a counterclockwise direction, or is it going to go in a clockwise direction? How do we know that? Here we have to use Lenz's law. But before that, we have to use what we call by the right-hand rule. This right-hand rule shows you the direction of B induced, and then you can find the direction of I induced. In that case, for example, B is upward, so I is going to be like counterclockwise, or coming out of the page from one side, entering the page of the other side. So let's see here how we can use Lenz's law. Let's just take a picture and work it down. Okay, now as the rod is moving to the right, then the magnetic flux is increasing. Let's assume that the magnetic field in that case is going to increase. So B original, which is into the page given, it is increasing. We can assume that because the flux is increasing as we are moving the rod to the right. Because as you see, as I move this rod to the right, when the rod becomes here, then I'm covering a larger area, obviously. So according to Lenz's law, if B original is increasing, then B induced should be opposite to B original. So increasing comes with opposite. Okay, B induced should be opposite to B original. So if B original here, it's into the page, then obviously B induced will be what? Out of the page, because opposite to into the page is out of the page. Now using this right-hand rule, B induced, put your thumb out of the page, let it face yourself. Put the thumb out of the page, and you can see clearly that the current is going to go in this direction, in a counterclockwise direction. So point the thumb out of the page, and clearly you can see the current to be going in a counterclockwise direction. So I induced will be counterclockwise direction, which means in the rod itself, the current is going to be in this rod, the current is going to go upwards. So in the rod, I is upwards.